Good bloody morning, everybody. Look at this view. Just woke up after my first night sleeping in a wild in Italy. Here's my tent, my bicycle, and beautiful view. If you haven't seen the first video, this is a completely dried river. I was a bit afraid and annoyed by the planes, but afraid that, what if the river actually starts flowing again? But yeah, we don't have any rain here in Italy in July, so well, I guess it was relatively safe, given that I am also on island, so I'm a bit higher than everything else. But yeah, I was paying attention to the sounds during the night, and yeah, had good quality sleep. Now it's about 6, what time is it? 6:45 actually. So it's time to start the trip. And the goal for today is to reach Verona and Lake Garda. So Garda I will reach for sure, that's in 80 kilometers. And Verona a bit over 100, but I want to cycle more than 100 kilometers because, yesterday I only cycled for 3 hours. Only in the evening cycled 50 kilometers. So, need to catch up with my average goal being 100 kilometers per hour. So a bunch of rabbits running here. I will try not to distract them any further. So I will quickly pack everything and let's get going with the first day. Need to stop to get some water. As I said yesterday, I ended the day with 1 liter, so now pretty much empty. Yeah, not too much left. Anyway, we'll get some water. I also need to lubricate my chain because after riding in that dry river, got lots of sand, so now it became dry and squeaky. We have to fix that as well. Anyway, it's now 12 kilometers then, 8 o'clock, so pretty good. But I can tell this day is gonna be very warm. Let's get water. Overpaid, but I need water anyway, so I guess bought 1 liter and I'm gonna buy some more when it's cheaper. So it's not red, it's red, just to be sure. Rosa. To be honest, that's the first climb on this trip. So I did like 100 kilometers without any single hill. Yeah, it's funny because the road is flat as a pancake, and then behind me you get the hills. So you kind of enjoy being surrounded by hills, but don't have to climb any, except this one.
Okay, so 80 kilometers. What's up in my language? 80 kilometers, 4 hours. And 1 o'clock. 1:30. Pretty good. Now, as you can see, it's time for me for the first time to take off my t-shirt. So hopefully I'm not gonna get sunburned. And well, some people would say time for swim, but for me it's actually take a shower. Let's go. I guess the water is super warm, but no matter what, I'm still gonna enjoy it. The water is extremely warm there at the beach, but as I keep going deeper, it starts to feel even better. But it's like, it's so not deep, like I am literally like standing, and the floor, the bottom of the lake is not sand, it's like mud. You know, if you stand up, you just slowly go in. So I realized I don't have any storage, but left on this camera, so let's make it quick. This is Lake Garda. It's awesome. It's, I mean, if I had to cycle around it, I would probably spend all day, because it goes all the way there. Okay, delete some footage. So it goes all the way there. It's like a, it looks like, I'm not sure how to describe it, but it goes all the way there, and then it has 2 circles on each side. So up to your imagination, but this is an awesome lake. It would be nice to swim a bit further, but there are many boats here and motorcycles, and I want to kind of watch my bike, even though I think it's totally fine to leave it there. Being here is awesome, and that's exactly the reason why I'm hoping to be able to keep cycling along the Adriatic Sea, so that I can every single day or every second day have this opportunity at the hottest hour from 2 to 5, you know, just hang out on the beach, you know, enjoy my life before the academic year starts, and yeah, just live a little. Anyway, let's take a look under the water. Alright, spent like 1.5 hours resting, had some lunch, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's called, not sure if it can be called lunch if I had 2 sandwiches and a bunch of cookies. Anyway, the whole time I was watching at this view, and it's just amazing, because it's not really busy, so no people here, and I can just have it all for myself. Meanwhile, I looked at the weather report, and as you can see, 36 degrees right now, and it's gonna be even colder in 2 hours. Warmer, hotter in 2 hours. So yeah, I mean, it was already way too hot to keep cycling, but I guess I've recovered, and with another swim in the lake, and yeah, 30 more minutes of break, I think I'm ready to go back. So I was watching other people traveling in Italy as well, and they're all complaining about the heat, and some people even going to different countries, changing their trips. But I hope I'll be able to continue and get done what I started. So yeah, crazy day today. Tomorrow will be even hotter, so it will be fun. All I'm doing today. Otherwise, you know the consequences. 37 degrees, no joke. UV index 9. So let's get the work done anyways. Woohoo! Verona, nice. 115 kilometers. Pretty good. Let's see what Verona is now. Let's find out. How can you live with those sounds? I mean, if they were a little bit more quiet, okay, maybe, you know, monotonic sound, you might fall asleep. But all day and all night. Anyway, I'm at Verona. Bought some things from Lidl, so I had a little snack. I'm gonna make dinner tonight. Serious dinner. Italian dinner. Almost said Albanian. Yeah. So Italian dinner. We'll try to cook something. And yeah, so now let's discover Verona real quick. Because to be fair, after 120 kilometers, kinda exhausted, you know? A little bit. Okay. So basically in Verona I wanted to see 3 things. So, 1, Arena di Verona, of course the first thing to visit. And the reason why, because we're gonna be going to Rome as well on this journey. And some people say that this amphitheater is actually in way better condition than the one in Rome. So that is actually very interesting. And I mean, you know, people can say many things, but let's find out ourselves. So we're cool to be here. This is, like, as you can see right now, there are queue. Actually, there's no queue, but you could visit it. And I'm not sure if there's something going on, probably not at the moment, but you can visit, you can take a look inside. I personally don't want to do it because I don't want to leave my bike. And but the thing is, it's still active, so there are still events being held there. And I personally think that it would be really fun feeling to watch it play in such an old building, right? This was built 30 AD, so I mean, to understand that this is in such a great condition after thousands of years, really unbelievable. So this was the first thing I wanted to see. The second thing, are you serious right now? Really? I mean, what can I say? This was supposed to be my top 2 and top 3. But like, seriously, this was actually the second thing. In Milan we also wanted to visit something that was closed, and now again. Anyway, long story short is that this was, well, first of all, it's called Casa di Juliet, meaning, well, I think in English they say balcony of Juliet, but I think Casa means home. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. You know, I mean, William Shakespeare, one of the, well, let's say one of the biggest plays he wrote, Hamlet and Romeo and Juliet. So as someone who reads Shakespeare, this place has lots of meaning, and it would be cool to see that balcony where Juliet spoke to Romeo, but unfortunately this didn't happen. And then the top 3, the number 3 was Juliet's statue. And well, the story of that statue is that if you rub the bronze statue of Juliet at the place where her breast is, then you're supposed to be lucky. And I guess luck in a way of love, or love life. But anyway, let's say that I am lucky enough in my relationship, so even without this statue I might survive. Anyway, this was the plan for Verona. Well, as you can see, sometimes they don't happen. That's why I think it's very important to do things for the process, not for the destination, not for the outcome. And this is what I did. I travel here because I like traveling, right? I like cycling. It's fun for me to challenge myself, you know, being in that crazy weather in terms of heat and, you know, being, well, at this moment exhausted but very happy, even when my top 3 has just become top 1. But yeah, so now on the final note, I want to say that this city is actually super cozy, very colorful, and I had this idea that I'm not gonna go to Venice, I'm gonna go to Verona instead, and because I was in Venice, so I think that I kind of get the same vibe here. So very cozy, smells very nice, people, you know, look great, fancy. You can see people are on holidays and enjoying their time. And even though I don't look so great, I still enjoy my time. And now it's time to get moving and take a final look at the city of Verona and, well, find a place to camp. This water fountain is a thing that every south city in Europe or anywhere, I mean any country where you have 37 degrees at 6 p.m. water fountains are mandatory, because I wash my face, it feels so good. I got the full bottle. I had the full bottle, but I exchanged it into cold water, so I mean, I have to say that when this is over, I will give a credit to free water. Actually, even if it wasn't free, just to have an opportunity. Okay. What am I saying? Who am I trying to fool? It's because it's free. Okay, time to keep going, and I will tell you something about the plans for today. For the rest of the trip, actually. Stay tuned. The evening is very beautiful. The only problem is that I cannot find where to sleep. It's either a mess, lots of garbage, either smells like animal, you know what shit, and or there are just people, and then they just notice me, and I don't want to set a tent when someone is watching. So basically what happens is, now in real time, someone passes by, right? So they are watching me, they're like, why is he there? But now no one is around, and then I go in. And I find a place. So even though there are houses, all of the windows seem either closed or no one is there. So I could hide somewhere between those trees. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk here around for a bit, find a better spot, and probably that's where I'm gonna end up. Well, here I am in my tent. So I decided to stay in this place in the end of the day. It's just that it's very random place. I got electricity cables going all over my head, and when I was reading, they say that there is no scientific evidence that staying under the electricity cables is actually bad for you, but I mean, it would make sense if it was, right? So I thought maybe any of you know. So then if you know, or if you heard something, just write it in the comments. It will be interesting to read it. And yeah, for now I'm just gonna have breakfast. I wanted to make some nice things that I will keep for tomorrow. Probably gonna make it for lunch, because I wanted to cook it, you know, in my gas stove. But yeah, not here, not in this mood where I am very tired and actually kind of disappointed that I decided to stay here, because disappointed of myself not being able to find a place, like a proper place to sleep, with a nice view, you know. But yeah, I guess, I mean, you can see I'm surrounded by houses, but I mean, I guess it's fine. But what's not fine is that, so this field is like, you know, when they harvest the wheat, they leave like a tiny piece. That when they cut it, they cut like 80% of it, and then they leave a stick at the bottom, right? So something like that is in the place where I camp, and one of those sticks were able to actually puncture this thingy. It is a puncture. So yeah, I'll have to break it. So yeah, if that happens on my tent, it can happen on my mattress, and I have air mattress, and I need to be really careful. Anyway, this is the end of the day. I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. Since you watched all the way to the end, you might want to consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, overnight I'll think of where to go next, what to do next, and you'll find out on the next video. Take care, guys. See you in the next one. Goodbye.